Yeah. So I've been saying this for decades that the central government must create and enforce very strict laws about the treatment of students inside hostels. Because what happens is in a hostel, there are students who are 16, 17, 18 at a very tender age. They are staying away from their parents. They have nobody to turn to. Suddenly, they are put into this sort of environment where they have they are sort of trapped, like in a prison, and they have nowhere to go. They are at the mercy of the warden and of senior students. And there is a culture of ragging. Okay, there's a culture of ragging which is very violent, which is mental torture, physical torture, which includes humiliation, sexual assault, all these kind of things. Typically, the warden morally is supposed to curb all this and provide support to the students. But sadly, what happens is very often the wardens are callous. They are not concerned. They because they are very used to this kind of thing happening in the hostels, so they turn a blind eye. So they have a very cold-hearted and callous attitude towards the problems that students face. So instead of providing them support, they are sometimes they are unconcerned, and in many cases they can be party to the psychological torture that a student faces. The warden can create a sort of pressure, and there can be harassment, all kinds of harassment. So this is very common, and I have met a lot of students who have faced all this. I have met many students who faced harassment from senior students in the form of ragging, and who also faced harassment from the wardens, whether they are male or female. If you watch my film Hostel, it's available on Hotstar, on Amazon, and also on YouTube. I have shown this very clearly. I have shown the warden to being party to the ragging, to the physical kind of ragging that goes on in a hostel. And this is true. I have seen instances of wardens who laugh when students are being ragged by senior students. They're just standing to a side and laughing. You know, so this kind of callous attitude is what causes tragic incidents like these. So the way to solve this is there has to be a very stringent law against ragging. It has to be a very serious law. The central government has to take cognizance of this, okay, because our youth is at stake. Our nation's future is at stake. These are the future. These students are the future of our nation. Okay, so there has to be a very strict law which governs and regulates the behavior of senior students inside a hostel and the warden inside a hostel. That is when students will feel safe. Also, there needs to be some sort of helpline. There is a ragging helpline, but it's of no use. It's just naam ki helpline hai. So there should be a very proper helpline. There could be a police cell, a cell in the police station for students. So basically, a student in a hostel feels very helpless and trapped.
Okay.
They are away from home, they are away from their parents, they have nobody to turn to, and the parents have spent a lot of money to send them to the
That's
hostel.
right. Overall, perhaps a more conducive atmosphere, which is seen as student friendly, where they can reach out.
There has to be a law. What I'm saying is there has to be a law to ensure that.
Yes, absolutely. Sanjay Sahab, coming back to you in terms of investigation again, Chaitanya Kumari, the